Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Underdog Lord, just on the confused, and I watched the attack of the 50-foot woman from 1958. The name is a bit deceiving actually, but I will get there at the end. It was in black and white. I don't mind that. It was a bit of a shorter movie, it was 65 minutes. I don't mind that either. But, you know, like I said, the name is a bit misleading. But let's start with the movie. It's 11 o'clock at night, and the news anchor of KR TV starts a segment. You know, he's reading the news, you know, doing his job. And we're on Route 66 in California. Well, first, before the credits start, beginning credits, we actually saw a desert and we saw a car driving. And, you know, I thought, before the news anchor started, and I thought, if I wrote it down, I would write it, okay, we see a desert, and think about like a California desert. And then when I saw Route 66 California, I thought, holy shit, I was actually right with the place. I don't know where specifically, but I was right with the place where we kind of were. We're in California. So I was like, holy shit, I was right. I didn't expect that. So apparently, if a geoguesser or something, and it comes there, I maybe can find it. Never played geoguesser, but back to the movie. And we're on Route 66 in California, and the car drives by, passing the sign. The sign points at us, so I could reach Route 66, and the car drives by. I passed the road sign, and white circle, which apparently, what I found later was the flying saucer. You see it's flying through the sky, and a woman screams, and swarmed with the car, all zigzagged. And that flying saucer apparently landed in the middle of the road. And she slammed on the brakes, and stopped right next to it. Now something funny happened, because she kind of went with her head out of outside of the car, to get the shot of the camera. But she went outside and that was kind of funny to see. Just get your head out of the window and start screaming at that object, at the flying saucer. It was kind of funny. She's screaming and all, and then slowly getting out of the car, and then we see a hand starting to approach her. I'm gonna leave it at that, because if you don't know what's gonna happen next, watch the movie yourself. But I have some points, to talk about. We saw a scene, with Bear in the booth, and we saw we saw a couple dancing behind them, and the man, he was spinning that woman, in circles. How did women do that back in the day, Just being spun around time and time and time and time again. Yeah, I know. Focus on one spot in the room and just keep your attention on that when you're spinning. That helps against the dizziness. Jesus Christ. Also another scene where Nancy, which was the woman that was screaming at the beginning, when she got out, and such a brochure, well, a bit spoilers, but she ran back to town, and apparently she had a kind of occasion with being the drunk of the town. So, everybody thought, well, Nancy is drunk again. And also her husband, Harry. He thought maybe, but he said, well, yeah, she had nothing to drink in the bar, and then he said, well, she left the bar, and then he said, well, oh yeah, maybe she had a bottle in the car, but she wasn't drunk, and when she was home, she just took 3 sips. That's it. And he says, oh, Nancy, you're drunk. She's not drunk. She took 3 sips. You're not drunk for 3 fucking sips. Well, except if you're very light, a light drinker. But, you don't get drunk for 3 sips, come on. So, he didn't believe her. So, she took him with her. Okay. Jess, because she was very rich, so she had the butler. Jess, get the car. And then he came back. Ma'am, I had the car standing out front. And then she went for, okay, Harry, you come with me. We're going outside in the desert. We're gonna look, and we're getting the side paths. We're gonna look for the thing. Jess, give me a revolver. Revolver, For Harry, we're gonna hunt. So they go out, and they actually found it. Well, at first they didn't find it, and she started to cry for, I'm sorry, but obviously she was right. And then they saw a flash or something like that, and they drove towards it, and there it was. And she got out. I told you, inside the car, and then she got out. She even touched it, and suddenly, again, the giant hand, and it got her arm or something, And what did Harry do? After he got out of the car, come, Nancy, come back, He didn't help her. He ran back to the car, drove off to the house, and started packing. Then he went to his mistress. After a fight with the butler, he went to his mistress and said, okay, back. I think her name was Honey or something. He called her Honey. Honey, back. We have to go. At first he wakes her up. We have to go. Well, they were both after Nancy's money, but Jesus fucking Christ, what a good husband you're not, This suit is black, not. This suit is not black. Borat, if you haven't seen my review for Borat, go watch it. Anyway, what a shitty husband. Okay, now comes the misleading title of the movie. The movie is called Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. Was that 50-foot woman? Yeah. She appeared at the 58-minute mark. maybe a few seconds after. The movie is 65 minutes long. So she appeared in the movie for, let's say, 6 minutes, because you had some different shots, from that she wasn't in on screen. So if we, combine them, let's say that's a minute, So around 6 minutes, the 50-foot woman was in the movie. At first, that hand was from a 30-foot man. So the title is kind of misleading, and the attack happened for maybe 5 minutes. And when she came into town, to look for Harry, everybody was looking up and running away, but they were looking this way, but she was coming from that way. So she's coming from there, but they are looking here. I get it, because it, obviously 1958, so I won't judge really on that, but it was kind of very funny to see that, how they're looking in the wrong way. She's not going from that, she's coming from there, It was kind of funny to see. Otherwise, I actually enjoyed this movie. This was a quick movie, not only because it was short, no, it was just a quick watch. The movie went very smoothly, very fast. It was a decent movie, so I would give it a 3.75, but because the title is kind of misleading, she only appeared for 6 minutes basically, and attack was for 5 minutes. So I just a bit down the score to a high 3, low 4. It's still a high score, but it is just just a tiny bit more to make it a 3.75. It's just a bit just away, Anyway, otherwise, go watch the movie yourself. It's an enjoyable movie. I like it. And there are multiple versions of it. Just like from Phantom of the Opera, it has multiple adaptations. This movie also has multiple adaptations. So the other adaptations are coming to the channel hopefully throughout this year, maybe next year, also maybe a bit, I don't know. And I also have to say, the algorithm is really fucking me over, since I made Is This The End on April 1st, it's about, if you haven't seen the video, it's a serious video, even though it's on April 1st, but it's a serious video because, the end of the channel is creeping, is creeping up, it's lurking around the corner somewhere, so it's a serious video, and since that video the algorithm is fucking shitty, I have to say I kind of do it for the views in this video, but it's really fucking me over, it barely recommends videos, barely. Usually it gets 1,000 recommendations, maybe barely people click on it, but the recommendations is high. But now it's in the hundreds, maybe 300 or 500. Well, it's usually 2,000. So what the fuck is going on? No, from the meme. But anyway, what the fuck's going on? I don't know what I'm doing wrong, because I do it this, the titles that I use for the movies, I do that since the beginning of the channel, for 2 years already. So it can't be something that I said because, you know, I always say this kind of shit. So, yeah, it can be the thumbnails because I don't choose my own thumbnails. You know, I just upload them and, you know, YouTube gives them the thumbnail. You know, it pictures one, you know, one shot. You know, so the fuck is going on? That's it. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'll see you guys maybe in 2 hours for the Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Ooh. Bye. Oh, leave likes, recommend a good 1958 movie down below in the comment section or a horror sci-fi down below in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel, come join the Discord, and see you guys later for the Running Man. And otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow for what's tomorrow? Tomorrow is otherwise gonna be Doom! The movie, Doom. About the game. Very curious. I'll see you guys for Doom otherwise tomorrow.